Alert, Salmonella scare expands. The massive nationwide egg recall growing. 206 million eggs potentially contaminated. 23 people sickened, including 2 right here in Florida.
If an egg has salmonella, you most likely are going to be ill.
So what do you need to know to stay safe?
And here now with us for more is Dr. Kevin Murphy. He's a food safety expert and one of the administrators out there at UCF's Rosen College of Hospitality Management. Good to have you here.
Good to be back.
Okay, so you brought in some friends with us.
Yeah,
we've
brought
got
some
the
eggs
here. So salmonella, exactly. Because my son years ago had salmonella poisoning in his blood. That's totally different and much more dangerous than what the salmonella we're talking about here.
Yeah, absolutely. The salmonella we're talking about here is contracted through foodborne illness. So it's contracted by eggs that are contaminated with salmonella, and it's not quite sure how this batch has been contaminated.
Yeah.
And they can be contaminated in various ways.
Okay. And something happens with the chickens? What is it?
It can happen with the chickens being in the
post egg being laid, or what?
Yeah, pre-egg being laid or post being egg laid.
Oh, okay.
Pre-egg being laid is very unusual. This is generally post being laid, so in the processing or collection of the eggs through rodents or manufacturing salmonella being on, which brings me to the point of cross-contamination.
Okay.
So the biggest danger here with eggs, the two dangers are primarily that the eggs are not cooked enough. So even if an egg has salmonella, it can be cooked to 165 degrees, and that kills the egg. So your egg yolk shouldn't be runny.
Okay.
So you cook it to the egg yolk is solid, and that will kill the salmonella, even if the egg does have salmonella.
I was told you cannot cook the salmonella out of the egg, but you're saying you can.
Yeah, you can cook eggs. That's the same as when the salmonella is in chicken. You can cook you can cook it, and you will kill the bacteria.
Is that over? You said the egg is solid. Is that a tasty egg to eat?
Sure, you scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs. Okay.
As opposed to a runny yolk.
I get you. Okay.
So you want to do that.
Okay.
The other danger here is through cross contamination. So, if you crack an egg, and
oh, look at you one-handed.
Yeah, well, I used to be a chef.
I see.
And I put the egg down on the counter, and I can see all that gunk that's on
your hand. Yeah.
And I whip it up.
Now you've got it on the.
Now I've got it on that, and then I touch
the whisker.
Then I touch my toast or something that doesn't get cooked, and I've now contaminated. So
the counter and everything is a mess.
Everything's a mess, and so I've got some Clorox wipe.
And this table that we're going to keep here in the studio, and you're going to walk away from. That's fine.
I'm going to clean it up there. It's going to be all good, and no salmonella. The other thing that you can do, and this will ensure that you don't have a problem with the eggs, is by pasteurized eggs.
Okay, okay.
So pasteurized eggs have been pasteurized like milk, and any salmonella has been killed post-production.
We were just doing a story that if you buy locally from some of the smaller farmers, that maybe is probably a safer bet than buying from one of these massive.
Yes. So in this particular recall, they're thinking that 200 million eggs have been recalled, which is a lot, but the average American eats about 250 eggs a year.
Okay.
Through all the various products that are in.
Sure.
So they're thinking that it was a manufacturing process. So if you buy local eggs, or you maybe buy that haven't gone through this manufacturing process, they're less likely to be contaminated. But either way, you should always cook your eggs to 165 degrees, which means the egg yolk is going to be solid.
I get you.
You should always be careful about cross-contamination, clean up after yourself. And the safest thing, as I pointed out, is if you're really worried about, is pasteurization. Okay. If you're in a immunocompromised person, which means you're either the very young or the very old, or you have some kind of disability, then you should buy pasteurized eggs, in my opinion.
Let me ask you this. Is it just eggs, or are there other things that you can get salmonella from?
Salmonella, you can get it from chicken. It's one of the most common ways.
Really?
So that's why we cook chicken till it's 165. Actually, we cook to about 180 degrees, so there's no blood in it. But chicken has the same problem. The juice from a chicken can cross-contaminate. So you have to be you got
to be very careful with your counters and stuff too when you're making
and that's why I keep either hydrogen peroxide or bleach wipes around and wipe everything down. Wash my hands a lot.
Gotcha.
If I ever use a cutting board with chicken or eggs on it,
really
I'm going to clean it right away before I bring anything else on.
All right, Dr. Murphy, sage advice. We appreciate it. Well, did you clean that hand after that?
I did wipe it.
Okay, very good.
Let's
just do a fist bump. It's National High Five Day. Let's just do that. There we go.
I didn't know that.
I just found it out myself.
All right, good.
All right, Amy.